Hey guys, today we're going to install the 2022 Acura MDX trailer hitch, the one that you can purchase directly from the manufacturer. So before you start this, there's a couple consideration that you want to take. In order to make this all work, you have to modify and cut some plastics that is part of the vehicle itself. So just want to make sure that you guys are ready to do that. So there's two ways of doing this. You can do one where you just put back the original trim that is on the car and then cut the hole out so that it will fit the hitch. Two, you can actually leave it exposed, but it will look kind of weird. Three is that you actually buy the factory trim piece that's actually made for the hitch itself. And that's the step that we're going to do. We're going to use the factory trim piece. This would take you about under an hour to install everything. If you watch this video, it took me about 3 because I had to redo everything because there's nothing online showing you how to do this or any manual. So just watch the video and it will help you save you some time, okay? There will be some visual discrepancy in the video of how to install this hitch, but I will explain on the sequence so that it will save you some time, okay? So what you want to do first is we have to remove the tire, the spare tire under the car. You'll pop up the trunk. And then you will access the crowbar that is inside the car jack. You have to pop up the plastic cover and the little plastic cap that is used to release the spare tire underneath the car. You turn these two knobs, pop out the car jack, get this little wrench, crowbar. Then you slowly turn to the counterclockwise to release the tire underneath. Just keep on going till the tire drop to the floor. Then you can either remove the tire from underneath to give you extra space or use it as a pillow to rest your head on while you work underneath the car. Then you want to remove these 4 bolts, and there are about 4 plastic caps there. Just slowly pry them open. Just make sure you ever go smoothly. Don't force anything open. Just work it out so you don't break anything, okay? Once you remove all the 6 bolts at the bottom, there's these Phillips screw that you have to move out. Just unscrew them and we'll be able to remove the electronic sensor that is in the bumper itself. Then you gotta access the 2 bolt on top. You'll see there that's a metal clip. You will either want to remove this plastic electronic board up. That way you have more access to the rest of the trim piece. And this is the last 2 bolts that you have to remove right there. You see that silver one? Just slowly work your way in there and remove that. After that, you should be able to pop everything out smoothly. So my advice for the electronic board sensor there is that to remove it completely, there's 2, you'll see about a couple of clips, just pop it out and just drop it. It makes things much easier for everything else. Then you got these clips here, just push it and pry it open. You should be, there is 2 on each side, and then there's about 4 on top. And what you want to do is once you pop that out, everything should just be able to drop out easily. See, I went ahead and removed the electronic board, so it makes it easier for me to work my way around instead of having it in the way all the time. So you now can either leave it exposed like this, or you can basically put on the trim piece right here, the original trim piece that you had there, and try to cut a square hole and just get the hitch to match in. But we're gonna do the original factory hitch trim piece cover instead. It just overall it looks much better, as you can see here. It just, you know, it's only $100 and something. It will make it worth your while to just go ahead and spend that money. But we had to modify this electronic sensor retainer here. It's a plastic piece I told you put away. I'll show you a little bit how to cut it so that it is not messed up. I want you to go ahead and pop in the trim piece that is meant for the hitch. Just pop it in here. Everything should pop in. Just ignore the hitch. We're going to install the hitch later. Just put in the trim piece and pop it into place, and then it'll be much easier to pop in the hitch later. So the new trim piece that you got from the factory, they won't have these. They won't have the metal clips that we removed before. What you want to do is take out the original trim piece right there and remove these caps here and put them back into the spots where the new trim piece is. Once you put it in, you'll be able to bolt everything down. So go ahead and bolt all the what's called the screws down. Okay. Now we're going to modify that piece of plastic that I told you put aside where all the sensor is. You want to be able to, I want you to go ahead and take it all out. And now we're going to cut a rectangular groove into the board itself. As you can see here, just go ahead and cut the notch out there. You see, keep the sensor away, cut it, and then you can pop it all back in. So this won't fit exactly as you want it, but you just got to modify it a little bit. Just screw it into the plastic. Make sure you don't hit the other side of the plastic showing the screw. Just go ahead and screw it down. As you can see here, one of the sensor rod right there, I have it left hanging down at the bottom. The top one should fit into place. Just pop it back into that retainer. The bottom one, you just have to let it loose, and then I'll show you a little bit later how to fasten it down. Then we're going to add in the hitch itself. As you see, I don't have my trim piece in here. This is my first go ahead. I still wanted to take another shot of redoing the process. So just imagine that the trim piece is already in. You want to go ahead and bring in your trailer hitch, have someone help you. I did this by myself. What you want to do is just screw down these there's 6 bolts, 3 on each side. They should match perfectly. Go ahead and lift it up, and then have someone hold one side and you do the other side, and start screwing the 3 corresponding on each side. It's going to take you and then since the trim piece is there, you'll work your way from the front of the car towards the back. So just push it in, and it'll match the exact opening of that trim piece that we previously installed. Sorry I can't have a video of that process, but should be self-explanatory. Okay. Then you should go ahead and tighten everything down. Make sure it's snug and not loose. As you can see here, on my first take, I made a mistake of not tying the trim piece in ahead of time, so it was hard for me to work my way around. And you can see over here at the left, on the left side, that's where your trailer hitch harness is going to be fastened to. My previous video, I showed you how to do the trailer hitch harness, so go ahead and just fit it in there and screw it down. This is the final look. Once you tighten everything down, this is how it should look like. Then there's a little corner piece right there on the left hand side. That's a plastic retainer that you just need to just cut out and remove. So the hardest part of this is cutting the little plastic board that holds down the bumper sensor. Once you cut that, everything should be pretty good. Just cut it. Just be careful. Move all the electronic away before you start cutting things. And then it works pretty well. I've used the kick sensor multiple times. So all works pretty easily. Towed things around and nothing's falling out or anything. So we should be good to go. Sorry I couldn't make this video any clearer. It was hard doing it by myself. In my next video, I'll show you how to install the ATF transmission cooler.